So we have been at the revision stage in writing an essay, and this involves three stages, which is the revising content, revising sentences, and editing. So firstly, we start with the revising content, and we will see that you have to first of all see critically look at your essay and see, is your essay unified. Unified means that do I have a thesis that's clearly stated or implied in the introductory paragraph of your essay. आपने अपना thesis state कर दिया in the introductory paragraph of your essay, और जो तुम्हारे supporting paragraphs हैं, are they truly supporting and backing up your thesis, या कोई तुमने contradictory thoughts उन्हीं वहां पे डाल दी हैं कि तुम्हारे जितने भी supporting paragraphs हैं उन्हें support करना चाहिए तुम्हारे thesis statement को. Secondly, you have to see that is your essay adequately supported, that have you stated the three separate supporting points for the thesis, and have you provided the specific evidence that back up your supporting points, and is that specific evidence sufficient. Thirdly, you have to see that is your essay organized. For this organization, you have to see that does that have an interesting introduction or conclusion and an accurate title that represents your thoughts that you have stated in your essay, and have you followed the clear method of organization, and have you used the transitions and the connecting words that bring cohesion and coherence in your essay. So you have to check these three things, that whether this unification, it's been supported, it provides a supporting evidence, and number three, whether that is organized or not. So secondly, you have to see the kinds of sentences or styles that you have used. So for sentences, you have to look at these 6 points, and these 6 points I would expand them in the next lecture. For editing, you have to see, okay, you have to at the revision stage you have assessed your content and style that you have used in your essay, and at editing stage you are going to check your essay in terms of the grammar, punctuation, and spellings, and get into the habit of looking at your work and assessing your work critically, because that would also help you to use the sentence skills consistently, which are very important in writing clearly and effectively. Outlining is very much important because that is central to writing a good essay, and that develops your ability to think clearly and logically. And outlining would also help you to assess and to see that whether your essay will be unified. At the very look at the outline, the people could assess, and you yourself could also assess that whether your essay is unified, and that is adequately supported, and is that organized. So for outlining, there is an activity for you people, and you would have to look at that activity. I have actually here these are the 3 exercises, and in these exercises, major and supporting items, major and minor points are being mixed together. What you have to do, you have to take out the major point and write down the minor points under that major point that would be relevant to that major point, and all these major and minor points, they should be supporting your thesis. So the thesis statement has been provided, major and minor points have been provided, but they are being mixed together. So for that, I've provided 2 examples and 1 activity. So firstly, have a look at the first example. You see that here the thesis statement says that my school had 3 problem areas. So whatever you would write, that would have to support your thesis statement, right? You need to keep in mind the thesis statement, and now you see that all the ideas are being mixed together. You have to take out the major and write down the minor under those. For example, my school, high school had 3 problem areas. Firstly, we would start with the students, and that's the major idea, and under that you would write about kinds of students who were involved with drugs and who had formed gangs or circles or groups. Or second idea is the teachers, and the teachers who are unwilling to help after class, and the teachers who are much too strict. And third idea is that the buildings had ill equipped gym, and the buildings have leaky ceilings. So इस तरह से तुमने major ideas और under that the minor ideas लिखोगे, so that would be your outline. In the second example too, the same has been done, and in the third activity you have to do this thing. And here what has been done, one major idea has been missing. You may write your own major idea and then write 2 minor ideas under those, right? Next is introductions, conclusions, and titles. They are very much important in writing an effective essay. So you need to have a strong introductory paragraph, and effective concluding paragraph, and a good title. So introductory paragraph के लिए क्या है कि you have to keep these four points into your mind. That firstly, that must be attractive to the reader. Secondly, it must supply background information, and it must present a clear thesis statement. That is the main idea of your paper, and it also would indicate a plan of development. For practice, what you could do, you may write different kinds of introductions for the same topic, and then you may decide that what kind of introductory paragraph is most effective. So what are the different common methods of introduction? Like आप अपने introduction को interesting बनाने के लिए क्या कर सकते हो? Number one क्या होता है जो mostly that is most common is that you may begin with a broad general statement of your topic. ब्रॉड जनरल स्टेटमेंट दो और फिर उसके बाद उसको नैरो डाउन करो अपनी थीसिस स्टेटमेंट पे कि तुम्हारा अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू या ओपिनियन क्या है इस चीज के बारे में. Secondly, okay, so what do they do? Like broad general statement sees the reader into your thesis statement by first introducing the topic. उनको टॉपिक का पता चल जाता है और फिर वो आराम से एक ब्रॉड एरिया से फिर वो स्पेसिफिकली तुम्हारे थीसिस स्टेटमेंट पे आके तुम्हारा एटीट्यूड उन्हें पता चल जाता है कि ऑथर यहाँ पे क्या कहना चाह रहा है. This is the example of this introduction where that starts with a broad general statements, and the writer talks generally about diets, and then he narrows that down to comment on a specific diet. So ये इसका example है. And secondly, you may also start with an idea or a situation that is the opposite of the one that you will develop. So that is also an interesting start कि जहाँ पे writer this approach works because your readers will be surprised by the contrast between the opening idea and the thesis that follows it. So इस तरह से भी आप start कर सकते हो. This is the example. Go through the example. Thirdly, you may explain the importance of your topic to the reader and you may also convince the reader by stating the things that would through that paragraph actually you would be trying to show the reader that this subject applies to them. You actually try to relate the subject or the idea to the readers. That's why the readers would be intrigued and they would be willing to read further because the subject applies to them and that is important for them too. Next, you may also use an incident or a brief story in the introductory paragraph because they would appeal to the reader's curiosity and they are always very interesting. So the story should be brief and that should be related to your main idea. That's important, that it must be related to your main idea, and this could be a story that would have happened to you, that you would have heard about, or that you have read somewhere. This is the example of this introduction. You may also ask one or more questions in the start in your introductory paragraph, and you may simply want the reader to think about the possible answers. You may also use a quotation. A quotation can be something you have read in a book or an article. आप quotation से भी start कर सकते हो और quotation के साथ फिर आप अपने ideas को भी बता सकते हो. This is the example of the quotation. Okay, moving on, the concluding paragraph. Concluding paragraph actually that is your chance to remind the reader of your thesis idea and bring the paper to a natural end, right? So what are the different methods that you could use in writing a conclusion? You could end with a summary and final thought. You may this is the whole structure of your essay. Like tell them what you're going to tell them. This is the introduction. Tell them this is the body of the essay, and tell them what you have told them. This is the conclusion. So conclusion में आप क्या करते हो? आप summarize कर देते हो जो points already तुमने बताए हुए होते हैं अपने reader को. ओके बट यू नीड टू बी केयरफुल कि जब भी आप उसको समराइज कर रहे होते हो इस समरी एंड फाइनल थॉट वाला अगर तुम कंक्लूजन लिख रहे हो तो यू नीड टू बी केयरफुल दैट यू आर नॉट यूजिंग द एग्जैक्ट वर्डिंग दैट यू हैड ऑलरेडी यूज्ड बिफोर. And in the summary that would also be always be accompanied by a final comment. Summary तो तुम बता दोगे कि summarize कर दोगे अपने results को, लेकिन उसके साथ तुम्हारा final comment जरूर जाना चाहिए जो conclude करेगा तुम्हारी thoughts को, and that rounds off the paper and brings brings the discussion to a close. So that's the most common method used in concluding the essay, and this is the example of this concluding paragraph which has been ended in a summary and final thought. You may also use a thought-provoking question or a short series of questions, because that's also appealing for the reader. A question should follow logically from the points you have already made in the paper. That is what is most important, that you would always be careful, no matter in what way you are ending your essay, no matter in what way you are writing your concluding paragraph, that must be related to your thesis point, that must be related to the points that you have already discussed in your essay. So if you are ending with if you are writing a concluding paragraph by following this technique, then you must make sure that your question must deal with one of these areas, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Read that, and in your conclusion you may provide an answer to your question. Be sure that the question is closely related to your thesis. Then this is an example. Go through that and see how the writer has written the concluding paragraph by using this technique. Next, you may also end your or write your concluding paragraph and end your essay with a prediction or recommendation. So these are prediction states what may happen in the future, whereas a recommendation suggests that what should be done about a situation or problem. So this is an example of a prediction, and this paragraph is an example of a recommendation, of a concluding paragraph where a recommendation has been made by the writer. So this is the activity, and in the spaces here you have to write with each paragraph. You have to write whether you're first of all you need to read these paragraphs and then see that what kind of a concluding paragraph that is, whether that is a concluding paragraph where the writer has ended with a summary and a final thought, or the writer has this concluding paragraph includes a prediction or recommendation, or that includes a question. So whatever kind of a paragraph that is, you have to write S for summary and final thought. You have to write PR for recommendation or prediction, and you have to write Q for the kind of a paragraph where the writer provides a question or ends with a question. Next topic is titles. A title is a brief summary of what your paper is about. So you are already familiar with the titles of the essays, and here these are the two examples of the introductory paragraphs, and the title has been written down. You have to read this paragraph and see how much relevant is that and how much suitable is the title according to this introductory paragraph. And while writing down the titles, you need to make sure that you're not going to underline the title. Neither you are going to put quotation marks around your title. Rather, what you have to do, you have to write your title in a way where you are going to capitalize all the content words and not the functional words. So content words जो होते हैं उसको आपने कैपिटलाइज करना है, और जो फंक्शनल वर्ड्स होते हैं जो उसमें कोई preposition या आर्टिकल्स आ रहे हैं आपने उसको स्मॉल लेटर के साथ लिखना होता है. Here is an activity for you. Previous हमने देखा था कि these are the introductory paragraphs और उसके साथ related suitable topic title दिया हुआ है. इसी तरह से यहाँ पे तुमने क्या करना है, you have to read these 3 paragraphs and you have to provide a suitable title that must relate to the ideas being given in the introductory paragraph. Next is the practice in organizing and connecting specific evidence. That is very important. The important step in effective writing that has to do with organizing the specific evidence which is used to support the thesis of a paper. कि जो तुम्हारे support points claims को support करने के लिए जो specific evidence use हुआ है उसको हम कैसे आपस में link करेंगे, connect करेंगे ताकि तुम्हारे paper में तुम्हारे essay में organization आ जाए. So what you could do, you could organize through time or emphatic order, you could provide transitions, and so these are the points. So here this is an activity for you. You have to use time order to organize the scrambled list of supporting ideas below. इसमें टाइम ऑर्डर के तहत तुमने अपने आइडियाज को आपस में लिंक करना है. यू हैव टू राइट वन बिसाइड द सपोर्टिंग आइडिया दैट शुड कम फर्स्ट इन टाइम, सेकेंड बिसाइड द आइडिया दैट लॉजिकली फॉलोज, एंड थर्ड बिसाइड द आइडिया दैट कम्स लास्ट इन time. सो फर्स्ट आई वुड डू विद यू द थीसिस स्टेटमेंट को सामने रख के हम देखेंगे कि ये इस थीसिस से रिलेटेड हमें 3 आइडियाज दिए हुए हैं, तो हमें देखना है कि इसमें नंबर 1 पे कौन सा आइडिया आना चाहिए, 2 पे कौन सा आना चाहिए और 3 पे कौन सा आना चाहिए। हमारी थीसिस स्टेटमेंट है, व्हेन आई वाज अ चाइल्ड डिज्नी मूवीज फ्राइटन मी मोर देन एनी अदर काइंड। सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज जो यहाँ पे दी हुई है, हमें नहीं पता उसका ऑर्डर क्या होगा। एज अ 5-year-old आई वाज टेरिफाइड बाय द मूवी Pinocchio about a puppet transformed into a boy, and the second is although I saw Bambi when I was old enough to begin the scene during which Bambi says, ठीक है, about a year after Pinocchio I took my seat in fear as the witches and goblins of Fantasia flew across the screen. Okay, so what I think here, the first idea, number 1 point goes with this, like this is as a first year old, this would be number 1, and this would be number 2, because here that is the time according to the time order we are going to see these points, and this would be number 3. So in this way we are moving further, and this is the second thesis statement. In this way you have to read the thesis statement and see कि टाइम ऑर्डर में ये पॉइंट्स नंबर 1 पे कौन सा होगा, 2 पे कौन सा होगा और 3 पे कौन सा होगा। इसी तरह से ये वाला थीसिस स्टेटमेंट पढ़ लो, इसके ऑर्डर के इन तीनों स्टेटमेंट्स को भी ऑर्डर कर दो तुम। नेक्स्ट अब वहां पे तो था जी टाइम ऑर्डर, यहाँ पे है एम्फेटिक ऑर्डर। सो यूजिंग द एम्फेटिक ऑर्डर ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस जो होता है, टू अरेंज द फॉलोइंग स्क्रैम्बल्ड लिस्ट ऑफ सपोर्टिंग आइडियाज। तो पॉइंट ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस के लिहाज से हमने देखना है कि हमारे आइडियाज जो हैं वो कैसे जाएंगे। फॉर ईच थीसिस राइट 1 इन द ब्लैंक बिसाइड द पॉइंट दैट इज परहैप्स लेस इंपॉर्टेंट। 1 हमने उसके साथ लिखना है जो लेस इंपॉर्टेंट है या लेस इंटरेस्टिंग या देन द अदर 2। 2 हमने लिखना है beside the point that appears more important or interesting, and 3 beside the point that should be most emphasized. So यहाँ पे फर्स्ट हम कर लेते हैं और सेकंड और थर्ड फिर तुम लोग इंडिविजुअली कर लेना। सो द फर्स्ट थीसिस इज माय पार्ट टाइम जॉब हैज बीन एन इनवैल्यूएबल पार्ट ऑफ माय लाइफ दिस ईयर। उसके इससे रिलेटेड हमें 3 पॉइंट्स उन्होंने दिए हैं। बेटर येट इट हैज taught me how to get along with many kinds of people. Since it's in the morning, it usually keeps me from staying up too late, and without it, I would have had to drop out of school. So मेरे ख्याल से this is the least important idea। ये हम अगर जब ऐसे लिख रहे होंगे तो जो हमारे लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, जो लेस इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं उसको हम पहले नहीं लिखते, जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट होता है उसको हम पहले लिखते हैं, बाद में उससे लेस इंपॉर्टेंट और उसके बाद उससे लेस इंपॉर्टेंट को। Secondly, since it's in the morning, it usually keeps me from staying up too late, and better yet, it has taught me how to get along with many. So this is most important, I think. Better yet one. Okay, that has actually taught him how to get along with many kinds of many kinds of people. This is more important, and this is in the middle. And this way you are going to read a thesis statement, और उसके बाद फिर तुम डिसाइड करोगे कि कौन सा तुम्हारा जो पॉइंट है वो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है, कौन सा उससे लेस इम्पोर्टेंट है और कौन सा सबसे लेस इम्पोर्टेंट है। सो उस लिहाज से तुम लिख दोगे इन दोनों थीसिस स्टेटमेंट्स में। Next point is providing transitions. So in the spaces provided, add appropriate transitions to tie ideas together and ideas in the following. Transitions वही होते हैं जो हमने डिस्कस किए थे पहले क्लॉजेज और वो कंजंक्शंस में। ये बेसिकली कंजंक्शंस होते हैं, और कंजंक्शन से बड़े लेवल के ट्रांजिशंस भी होते हैं। स्मॉलर लेवल पे बट एंड भी हो सकता है, और बड़े लेवल पे इन एडिशन एंड नॉनदलेस हाउएवर वो भी हो सकता है। So here you have been given the paragraphs and you have been given the words. You have to read each sentence aloud as you fill in the blanks, क्योंकि जब आप read aloud loud reading करते हो तो वो आपको ज़्यादा हेल्प कर देता है कि आपने उसके लिए कौन सा suitable transition word लगाना होगा। So this is the activity, and these are the transition words, transitions being given. You have to choose from these transitions. ये तुम्हारे पास spaces हैं 1 2 3 4, और ये हमारे पास 4 words हैं। तुमने ये पढ़ना है और फिर उसके बाद तुमने accordingly जो suitable है वो तुमने transition word यहाँ पे लगाना है। Similarly यहाँ पे ये वाले 5 आएंगे जी तुम्हारे पास, यहाँ पे 5 blanks होने चाहिए, 1 2 3 4 and 5 blanks, and these are the 5 transitions. So use them accordingly and suitably. And here we are being given the 3 transition words and the 1 2 and 3 blanks. You have to use them accordingly. The next also has to do with the transitions and with the connecting elements. So identifying transitions and other connecting words. यहाँ पे आपने आइडेंटिफाई करना है, वहां पे तो तुमने लगाने थे, यहाँ पे तुमने आइडेंटिफाई करना है that what kind of transition or connecting word has been used. So the following sentences use connecting words to help ideas together. The connecting words you are to identify are set up in italics. Italics में भी और साथ में I have highlighted them in red. And in the space, write T for space I have not provided. You simply write that here. At the end of each sentence, you would write that what kind of transition that is. So you have to write T for transition, RW for repeated word, S for synonym, or P for pronoun. For example, here you would see Kate wears a puffy quilted down quilt jacket. In this garment, she resembles a stack of inflated inner tubes. So here the word for which you have to see that what kind of a transition that is in this garment. So you would see that this garment actually that is a synonym for this uh, uh, puffy quilted down filled jacket. So that's also a kind of a garment. तो उसका synonym हमें दिया है उन्होंने और ये इसको refer back कर रहा है और इस तरह से ये connect कर रहा है दो ideas को. That's why this works as a transition and that's the example of synonym. That's why we would write down S over here, right? And similarly, here in all sentences, the words which are written down in italics and they are being highlighted in red, you have to see that what kind of a transition that is, and transition means connecting word that is. The connecting word means the word which connect back to the previous idea and brings a cohesion in the writing. Next is completing transitional sentences, and here what you have to do, you have been given a thesis statement. You have to read the thesis statement and you have to first supporting paragraph तुम्हें पूरा दिया गया है. आप second और third supporting paragraph में कुछ words missing है वो तुमने इसमें से thesis statement में से देखने हैं and you have to write them accordingly and appropriately within these blanks so that they would go with the thesis statement. Next is identifying introductions and conclusions. So here in this box there are six common kinds of introductions बताए हुए हैं कि these are the six common kinds of introductions that you may start with the general statement and narrow that down. You may start with an apposite and this and this, and you have been given three kinds of conclusions, and you have to read the three pairs of introductory and concluding paragraphs that I have given over here. Three pairs दिए मैं तुम्हें और तुमने क्या करना है कि you have to write the letter of the kind of introduction and conclusion used in each paragraph. तुमने काइंड यहाँ से देख लेनी है कि which kind of introduction or conclusion that is. If that conclusion includes the question in that paragraph तो तुमने H लिख देना है. और introduction में if you see that that introduction actually includes a paragraph where that starts with an opposite statement, so you have to write B over there. So इस तरह से हम इसको करेंगे and we would do the first together and the next you would do. So if we would read this paragraph, अब दोबारा से मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगी because that would take more time. तो इस paragraph में I have written down D. इसका मतलब है कि this paragraph starts. This is the introductory paragraph which starts with an incident or story. That's why I have written down D over there. And this is the concluding paragraph, and I have written I. It means that this is the kind of a paragraph that ends with a prediction or recommendation. इसलिए मैंने वहाँ पे I लिख दिया है. इसी तरह से you have to read this paragraph 2 and pair 2 and pair 3. In each pair एक introductory paragraph होगा और एक होगा concluding paragraph. दोनों में आप इंट्रोडक्टरी के लिए तुम देख लो कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन दैट इज. पीछे से बॉक्स से देखोगे और वहां पे तुम जो वाला भी टाइप होगा उसका तुम लेटर लिख दोगे, अल्फाबेट लिख दोगे वहां पे. Now what you have to do, what is your task? You have to do some things that would help you to develop your essay. First of all, I would really want you to choose any topic of your choice. That could be from any genre, whichever whatever you like. That could be any descriptive essay, or that could be a persuasive essay, or that could be a narrative essay. सो इन तीनों में से आप कोई सा भी एक टॉपिक अपनी मर्जी का चूज कर लो. देन डू द प्री राइटिंग by using the techniques discussed, all the techniques that we had discussed in the writing process. Do the pre-writing techniques, like you may brainstorm the ideas, you may write them down, and then you may provide an outline, and afterwards you would write one paragraph of ideas for your essay. And I would really want you people to compose the first draft of your essay in the next class. Thank you for today.